Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back to Access Arabic. Today we're going to continue our series in which we're learning to read the glorious Quran. We are still focusing on the rules of noon with a sakin on it, or tanween. So far we've learned two rules of noon sakina with tanween. They are idgham, which means to merge, and idhar, which means to make apparent. We've learned that whenever we come across a noon with a sakin on it or a tanween, we must look at the next letter. We must ask ourselves, is it one of the yarmaloon letters? Ya, ra, lam, mim, waw, or noon? If it is, then we must do idgham. We must merge it. If it's not one of these six yarmaloon letters, then we must ask ourselves, is it one of these six throat letters? Hamza, ha, ayn, ha, ghain, or kha. So if it's not idhar and it's not idgham, then we must hide the noon sakin. We must hide the noon with the sukoon or the tanween with ghunna. The ghunna is for two harakat. This rule is called ikhfa. Ikhfa means to hide. If the letter following the noon sukoon or tanween is a full mouth letter, then we must make the ghunna full mouth for two harakat. If the letter following the noon sukoon or tanween is a light letter, then we must make the ghunna light for two harakat. So now that we've covered the theory, I'll teach you the practical application. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. So let's erase the previous lessons and look at the first example. So let's have a look at this word. It says wa anzalna. Okay. So we can see here wa an. This is a noon sakin. This is noon with a sukoon. We know it's sukoon because it has no fatha, no dhamma, or no kasra. Sukoon is the absence of a vowel, so we know it's noon sukoon. Okay. So we have the word wa anzalna, noon sukoon. Right, so now we must look at the next letter. Is it one of the six yarmaloon letters? Ya, ra, mim, lam, waw, noon? No, it's not. Is it one of these six throat letters? Hamza, ha, ayn, ha, ghain, kha? No, it's not. It's a za. So that means we must hide the noon with ghunna for two harakat. Is za a full mouth letter? No, it's not. It's a light letter, so the ghunna must be light. Wa anzalna. Wa anzalna. That's how it will be read. Can you hear the noon is being I'm hiding the noon, so I'm not pronouncing the noon, but I'm not pronouncing the noon. I'm hiding the noon and I'm making ghunna. Wa anzalna. Wa anzalna. I'm not pronouncing the noon clearly. I'm not doing idhar. I'm not saying wa anzalna, but at the same time I'm not doing idgham. I'm not merging the noon completely into the za. I'm not saying wa azzalna. I'm hiding the noon, a happy middle. Wa anzalna. I'm hiding it for two harakat with ghunna. I'm hiding it by doing ghunna for two harakat. Wa anzalna. Next we have aklallamma. Aklallamma. We have a tanween here, and we have tanween. Now, is it one of the six yarmaloon letters? Yes, it is. It's a lam. We also know that lam is not one of the yanmu letters, so that means it is idgham without ghunna. We merge it without ghunna. Aklallamma. Now I will teach you another tajwid rule as well. You notice I said aklallamma, not aklallamman. This is because whenever we stop on fathatan, two fathas, we must remove one of the fathas. This is only when we're stopping on it. what are we left with? We're left with mim, fatha, alif. So that's mad. We know this is stretched for 2 harakat. This type of mad is specifically called mad iwad, but you don't need to boggle down with the terminology now, because we will cover this in tajwid. We will cover this in our tajwid series properly in depth, inshallah. Aklan lamma. So we will read it as aklan lamma if we stop on it. Next we have وَتُحِبُّونَ الْمَالَ حُبًّا جَمًّا. Okay, وَتُحِبُّونَ, that's fine, we know this word, وَتُحِبُّونَ. So we have وَتُحِبُّونَ الْمَالَ. Okay, حُبًّا, 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 ban. We have tanween here. So now we must go back to our little strategy. We have a tanween. So we must look at the next letter, which is here. Is it one of these 6 yarmalun letters? Ya, ra, mim, lam, waw, noon? No, it's not. Is it one of these 6 throat letters? Hamza, ha, ain, ha, ghain, kha? No, it's not. So that means we must hide the noon, sukoon, or the tanween. We must hide it with ghunna for 2 harakat. We have jim. Is jim a full mouth letter? No, it's not. So the ghunna will be light. Hubban jamma. So it's hubban, 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 hubban jamma. I'm not clearly pronouncing the tanween. I'm not saying hubban jamma. I'm not doing idhar. Likewise, I'm not doing idgham. I'm not merging the tanween into the jim. I'm not saying hubbad jamma. I'm hiding the tanween with ghunna for 2 harakat. Hubban, hubban, hubban jamman. But as we've learnt, because we're stopping on it, we won't read it as hubban, we won't stop on it as jamman. Instead we do mad iwad, and we simply remove one of the fathas from this tanween, and we are left with jamma. So this will be read as وَتُحِبُّونَ الْمَالَ حُبًّا جَمًّا. So we've also learnt what mad iwad is. Whenever we stop on a word ending in 2 fathas, fathatan, we remove one of the fathas and make mad for 2 harakat. So if we go back to the previous example of aklalamman, we know if we are stopping on it, we know that if we are stopping here, we simply remove one of the fathas from this fathatan, and we'll read it as aklalamma. Okay, what if we wanted to join aklalamman and وَتُحِبُّونَ الْمَالَ حُبًّا jamma together? Then let's think about it. Aklalamman, man, man. What do we? Aklalamman, man, man. What do we have? We have tanween. Okay, we have tanween. Now is the next voweled letter one of the yarmalun letters? Ya, ra, lam, mim, waw, noon? Yes, it is. We have a waw. Is waw one of the yanmu letters? Yes, it is. So that means if we are connecting these, we will have to do idgham with ghunna. If we were reading it all together, it would be aklan lamman wa tuhibbuna al-mala hubban jamma. Now that you're learning some basic rules of tajweed, you will be able to recite the Quran more beautifully. Now we move on to the next example. غثاءً. غثاءً. So firstly, we have mad followed by hamza, so we know that's stretched for 4 harakat. غثاءً. But we also have tanween. An. Is that followed by one of these 6 yarmalun letters? No, it's not. It's followed by a hamza. Is hamza one of the 6 throat letters? Hamza, ha, ayn, ha, ghain, kha. Yes, it is. So that means we do idhar. We read the noon with the sukoon or the tanween clearly. So we read it as it is written. غثاء أحوى. And now inshallah we move on to the next example. معتد. Okay, tanween. Let's look at the next letter. What is it? It's hamza. Is hamza one of the 6 yarmanun letters? No, it's not. Is it one of these 6 throat letters? Yes, it is. So we will read it with idhar. We will make the noon sakin or the tanween. We will make the tanween clear. Mu'tadin athimin min. Okay, once again we have tanween. It's followed. So we must look at what it's followed by. It's followed once again by a hamza. Is hamza one of the 6 yarmalun letters? No. So we do not do idgham. Is hamza one of the 6 throat letters? Yes, it is. So we will do idhar. We will read the tanween clearly. Athimin idha tutla. So this whole sentence will be read as Mu'tadin athimin idha tutla. And now we move on inshallah to the next example. Naran, naran, naran. We have tanween, naran. So once again, is it followed by one of the idgham letters, one of the 6 yarmanun letters? No, it's not. Is it followed by one of the 6 throat letters? Hamza, ha, ayn, ha, ghain, kha. Yes, it is. It's a ha. So we do idhar. We read the tanween as it is. Naran hamiyatan, tan. Okay, we have tanween. So we must look at the next letter. Is the next letter one of these 6 idgham letters? Is it yarmalun? No, it's not. Is it one of these 6 throat letters? No, it's not. It's a ta. Okay, so if it's not one of these 6 idgham letters and it's not one of these 6 throat letters, so that means we must hide the tanween. Is ta a full mouth letter? No, it's not. It's not one of the khussa, daghtin, qidh letters. Is ta. So we have to do ikhfa. We will hide the noon sound on the tanween with ghunna for 2 harakat. So it's hamiyatan tusqa, hamiyatan tusqa. So we have naran hamiyatan tusqa min. Okay, min. We have noon sakin. Let's look at the next letter. Is it one of these 6 idgham letters? Is it yarmalun? No, it's not. Is it one of the 6 throat letters? Hamza, ha, ayn, ha, ghain, kha. Yes, it is. It's an ayn. So we will do idhar. We will read the noon sakin clearly. We will read it as it is written. Min aynin, min ayn, min ayn. No idgham, no ikhfa. I'm reading the noon clearly. I'm doing idhar. Min ayn. Now we move on. Aynin, nin. Once again we have tanween. So let's look at the next letter. Is it one of these 6 idgham letters? Yarmalun? No, it's not. Is it one of these 6 throat letters? Hamza, ha, ayn, ha, ghain, kha. Yes, it is. It is a hamza. We will read the tanween with idhar. We will read it clearly. So it will be read as aynin aniyatin. So we have naran hamiyatan tusqa min aynin aniyatin. And with that, we'll end this lesson, inshallah. I hope you've taken benefit from it. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and to share this with your friends and family. Share the gift of learning to read the Quran with them. Inshallah, you will get reward, I will get reward, and they will get reward. Let's all share the rewards together. But with that, take care, and I'll see you on the other side, inshallah. Ma'as salama. Take care.